Hi friends, let's discuss about shares. So, what is shares? Companies Act 2013, Section 2, subsection 84 defines it as follows. A share means a share in share capital of a company and includes stock. So, obviously, what is the next question? What is a share in share capital of a company? Share capital. And next, second question strikes your mind is, what is stock? So, the share in share capital of a company is as well. Share in share capital of a company. See, the share capital of a company is the authorized capital. I mean to say, whatever the capital the company has, and if you have a share in it, I mean to say, if you are part of it, then it is like share capital of a company is 10 lakhs. Let me say with an example, divided into 1 lakh shares of 10 each. 1 lakh shares of 10 each. So what is the share? I mean to say, what is the share? Share capital is 10 lakhs and the number of shares is 1 lakh shares of 10 each. So each of these 1 lakh is known as share. So this comes, what is share in share capital? Share capital. So second is stock. It is stock means aggregate of fully paid up shares of members merged into one fund. It is no distinct number, but it has only value. So what it is? See, I have 1 lakh shares of 10 each of face value 10, paid up value 10. So fully paid up shares. As soon as you have fully paid up shares, you can merge this 1 lakh shares of 10 each into a fund, into a one fund of 10 lakh, which is it does not have any number of shares. I mean to say, it does not have distinct number, but it is only a value. It has only a value. It is defined as 10 lakh stock, a stock of 10 lakh. So what is a share? A share means share in a share capital of a company and includes stock. By this time you mean to get the what do you mean by share capital and stock. So how is the share capital of a company is divided into? If a company is divided, it is divided into number of indivisible units. It is divided into indivisible units which you can't further divide, of a fixed amount each. Say I have a share capital of 10 lakhs. You have divided it into 1 lakh shares of 10 each. So each of these 1 lakh shares is known as share. It is indivisible. It is, I mean to say, it is further not divisible. So this is what it stands for. So this is what the meaning of share. How many kinds of shares are there? Kinds of shares. See, in practical, you're gonna have only two types of shares: preference shares, equity shares. But in theoretical, there is one more share known as deferred shares or founder shares. This was existed prior to the period of 2000 and now it is not in existence. Prior to the period of 2000 AD. Yeah, now it's not in existence. So you don't have this in the Companies Act 2013. What is this preference shares? It is defined under section 43 subsection B clause 2. Equity shares are defined under section 43 B subsection B class 1. So what are, let me define you preference shares. Preference shares, section 43 B subsection two. What is the preference? The word itself denotes preference. Preference over whom? Equity shares. What are the preferences? They enjoy two preferences. These are the preferential rights over the equity shareholders. What are they? Payment of dividend, repayment of capital. When is this payment of dividend? So whenever you are gonna pay the dividend, you must pay. First preference must be given to the preference shareholder during the lifetime of a company. You are not allowed to pay to the equity shareholders without the paying it to the preference shareholders. And the second preferential right is the repayment of capital during the winding up of a company. You must pay the amount you have first to the preference shareholders and then next to the equity shareholders. You cannot switch off them to directly to the equity shareholder. These are the two preferential rights they enjoy by the preferential shareholders. So what is the equity shares? These are the ordinary shares of the company. In other words, other than preference shares. So they don't enjoy any preferential rights. The question is where to enjoy the preferential, with whom they have the right to enjoy. They are the last persons in getting the dividend, in getting the profits to be distributed. They are the last person standing in the line and awaiting for the repayment of the capital. So they don't have any preferential or anything like that. That's the kinds of shares. Let me have a brief look over deferred or founder shares. These were existing prior to the 2000. Now it's not in existence. So what is this? Only by private companies can issue deferred shares. Only by private companies. See, the denomination of these shares is very low, but voting rights are very high. This is because to have control over the company in few hands, because only the expertise can control the company in a better way. So they have much more voting rights, but the denomination of the shares is very low. So they receive fixed dividend after equity and preference holders are paid. They receive fixed dividend. A dividend is fixed, but only after equity and preference shareholders are paid. Since they are the responsible for the profits of the company, they are the high cadre, they are responsible for the profits or losses. They receive, dividend of fixed denomination after equity and preference shareholders are paid. So they are known as deferred share, but they are not in existence. Now the Companies Act 2013 has removed it. So what's that? Kinds of shares is finished. Status of shares. What is the status of preference shares? Equity shares. Is he a member? A person holding preference shareholder, is he a member? Yes. A member, a person holding equity shares on his name, is he a member? Yes. What do you mean by member? Member of a company is the owner of the company in another form. Does notice of AGM must be given? Notice of annual general meeting should be given to the preference shareholders. Obviously, when he is a member, notice of AGM must be given. Equity shareholder, notice of AGM must be given. So, after giving the notice, has he right to attend the AGM? Preference, equity, preference, attend the AGM. Obviously, when he is given the notice, he has a right to attend the AGM since he is a member. Is he counted for quorum in the meeting? Quorum? No, not counted. Equity shareholders are counted since preference shareholders are not included in the quorum. I mean to saying in the minimum members to attend the meeting. Is he has a right to speak in meeting? Speak in meeting? No. Yes, since the meeting is all about the equity shareholders. So, preference shareholder doesn't have any right to speak in the meeting. So, does he have any voting rights in the meeting? AGM, I mean to say. Obviously, equity shareholders have their voting rights. These persons don't have, preference shareholders don't have voting rights. But, under section 47, it states that preference shareholders obtain voting right in the following two circumstances. What are they? If the matter relating to the voting affects their rights. If the matter relating to the voting affects their rights. What is this? What is the matter? What is the affecting their rights? It's like a reduction of share capital, winding up. In these two matters, the rights of the preference shareholders are, what do you say, affected. How are they affected? When you reduce a share capital, the equity shares are like escaping through a way. So you need to have the prior permission from the preference shareholders. How can you obtain the prior permission? By making them participate in the voting process. So this is the first condition. So what is the next one? Non-payment of dividend. Non-payment of dividend. When you have not paid dividend for the preference shareholders for the last two consecutive years for non-accumulating preference shareholders. So what is this? If the dividend is arrear for the preference shareholders for the last 2 years, then the preference shareholders automatically get a voting rights. So this is what the brief intro about shares. So let's have a overlook on it. So what is this? Let's have an overlook on what we have studied. Shares. What is share? Section 2 subsection 84 defines. Share means share in a share capital of a company and includes the stock. What is share capital and stock? I have defined it. So what are the kinds of shares? Preference, equity shares. Preference shares, equity shares. Preference shares enjoy two preferential rights over the equity shares. Those are the preference over payment of dividend throughout the life of the company, preference in repayment of capital during the wind up. So status of preference shares. Are they members? Yes. Preference shares, equity shares. Are they members? Yes. Notice of AGM must be given to both the members. Right to attend the AGM is for both the members. Are they counted for quorum? No. Yes. So right to speak at the AGM? No. Yes. Voting? No. Yes. In two cases you can obtain the voting under section 47 defines it. What are the two cases? That is, for the last 2 years, for the last 2 consecutive years, dividend is not paid, dividend is arrear, then you can participate in the voting. If the matter I mean to say, if the matter affects their rights. So what are the matters? Reduction in share capital. Second is the winding up. So that's it, friends. Very easy topic. So whenever you're gonna get any question, be simplified. I mean to say, you must write gunshot points like this. Whenever you ask kinds of shares, you just write kinds of shares. Just first point, I mean to say, when you how many kinds of shares or like that, first define share, first point. Second point, kinds of shares. There are two types of kinds: preference shares, shares. Write about preference shares. Under section equity shares, write about a small description about equity shares. Under section what are the preferences they enjoy, what are the status. That's it, you gonna get just 10 marks. Thank you, friends. Do subscribe and share. Feel free to comment below. That's it. Have fun.